time, you can't waste no more. There's not much time, what you waiting for? Waiting for, waiting for. There's what you're waiting for. Not much time, you can't waste no more. There's not much time, what you waiting for? Waiting for, waiting for. There's what you're waiting for. Waiting for, waiting for, waiting for, waiting for, waiting, 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 waiting for. Keep holding on. Keep holding on. Keep holding on. Keep holding on. What you waiting for? Not much time, you can't waste no more. There's not much time, what you waiting for? Waiting for, waiting for. There's what you're waiting for. Not much time, you can't waste no more. There's not much time, what you waiting for? Waiting for, waiting for. There's what you're waiting for. Waiting for, waiting for, waiting for, waiting for, waiting, 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 waiting for. Keep holding on. Keep holding on. Keep holding on. Keep holding on. It's what you're waiting for. Not much time, you can't waste no more. There's not much time, what you waiting for? Waiting for, waiting for. There's what you're waiting for. Not much time, you can't waste no more. There's not much time, what you waiting for? Waiting for, waiting for. There's what you're waiting for. Waiting for, waiting for, waiting for, waiting for, waiting, 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 waiting for. Keep holding on. Keep holding on. Keep holding on. Keep holding on. It's what you're waiting for. Not much time, you can't waste no more. There's not much time, what you waiting for? Waiting for, waiting for. There's what you're waiting for. Not much time, you can't waste no more. There's not much time, what you waiting for? Waiting for, waiting for. There's what you're waiting for. Waiting for, waiting for, waiting for, waiting for, waiting. There's what you're waiting for. Not much time, you can't waste no more. There's not much time, what you waiting for? Waiting for, waiting for. There's what you're waiting for. Waiting for, waiting for, waiting for, waiting for, waiting, 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 waiting for. Keep holding on. Not much time, you can't waste no more. There's not much time, what you waiting for? Waiting for, waiting for. There's what you're waiting for. Not much time, you can't waste no more. There's not much time, what you waiting for? Waiting for, waiting for. There's what you're waiting for. Waiting for, waiting for, waiting for, waiting for, waiting, 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 waiting for. Keep holding on. Keep holding on. Keep holding on. Keep holding on. It's what you're waiting for. Not much.
Right then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the thrilling round 21 of the ERS Tier 2 at the magnificent Yas Marina Circuit in Abu Dhabi. As the sun sets on the desert horizon, the stage is set for a heart-pounding race filled with high-speed action and intense competition. With the championship on the line, the drivers are ready to push their limits and deliver a sensational spectacle for motorsport fans around the world. Get ready for an electrifying showdown under the dazzling lights of Abu Dhabi. Here for qualifying then. And 20 drivers on the grid here. It is KK Brothers coming out of the pit lane. 17 minutes on the clock, and what a lovely night to be here it is today then, under these dazzling lights here in Abu Dhabi. And lovely, lovely stuff we've got in a minute. Right then, here for qualifying. Actually, no, let me just sort something. Wait, let me just... There we go. Here for qualifying, then I'll check the stream chat, so if we've got anyone lurking about. We have Jordy in the chat. It's good to see you, mate. But 60 minutes on the clock then. Most of the drivers on their outlaps under these dazzling lights of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix circuit, and the best then invalidating on that first lap around KK Brothers in the Mercedes, who is on an out lap and soon to go around on a flying lap. Marvin, P8 on a lap now, just starting. And through the first sector he goes to the left, then to the right, then to hit the apex. Lovely there, and make sure he doesn't take too much curb to spin out. But now down towards turn 5. Fastest in the first sector for Marvin, missing the apex just narrowly on the inside there, and now down towards the back straight here in Abu Dhabi. The first driver to put a time on the board here in qualifying, and will it be a good one? Will he even make it to the end and not invalidate? We'll just have to see, as he now heads to the left hander, now back to the right. And all the way down now to turn 9 even. Marvin heads here in Abu Dhabi and breaks to the 50 metres. Now swings the car into the corner, the left-hand side. The McLaren on the outside there. Marvin quickest in the second sector. And it's not looking too bad for him at all. Majority of the drivers on flying laps at the moment. And we will keep an eye on everybody as they make their way around. But Marvin will be the first man to go ahead and cross that line as he heads up towards the penultimate corner here in Abu Dhabi. To the right, and then back again to the right, onto the main straight and across the line then. Marvin, the Alfa Romeo then with the 1 minute 24.2, not a bad qualifying time even for the start of this session. Then the best, 1 minute 24.3 in its second place. And we will see who is next across the line. There is then Cool Deadpool then, P3, 1 minute 24.4. More times to come around the corner now. SFK over the line. This will be quickest out of the lot. It is a 1 minute 23 flat, and it is quickest out of everybody. Provisional pole on the board for SFK. Whoops then to 1 minute 23.5 into P2. Heighton, P3, 1 minute 23.666. And narrowly missing that Mercedes, but then somebody else goes up there as well. It's Northern, P7. Nino in 8, who gets dropped down because then Mr. FIFA up in provisional pole position here in qualifying. Yeah, Nino P10 then, and Max up to P4, Psycho second, and KK Brothers down in P12. Then up to, where is it, 5th position. I have no idea how I'm pronouncing that at all. I'll call him Mate. Call him Mate. 12 minutes of qualifying left on the clock then. We have a few drivers, that is, what, 5 drivers with no time on the board at the moment. And one of them is Björn at the back in the McLaren and on an outlap at the moment. It is Timo then, who is P19. And no time for him at the moment, but he's on a flying lap and across the second sector he goes. It is quickest there for a millisecond, 52.7 in the middle sector for Timo the champ, and he heads towards the end of this lap pretty soon. He's got a lovely slipstream from the car ahead of him, and we'll see if that works out for him towards the end of this lap. Is that going to benefit him as he heads around the final few corners here in Abu Dhabi? Back to the left-hand side now, and then the 2 right-handers coming up next. Timo the champ with a lovely slipstream as the car moves to the inside into the pit lane. And now the Alpine is free to cross the line here for qualifying. It is the top of the timing boards then. 1 minute 22.2. Was not expecting that, but it's Timo the champ to P1 then in that Alpine, dropping FIFA down and Psycho to P3. Robert is on a lap and heading down towards this left hand here. Not a great corner, I'll say that. But he makes it through, and Björn's on a flying lap as well, just starting that lap now to the left hand side. As SFK is improving by nearly a 10th on this lap around. Nearly invalidates there and then heads off to the outside, and that will not be a good lap for him anymore. There's an Aston Martin behind. Will that be a lap? that we see. It is Geordie who is on an out lap at the moment. We'll see what lap they can put on the board as they go around now and start a flying lap. It is Timo the champ going slowly, but what can we look at? Is that Williams? It is Williams of Robert then, who heads around the final two right-handers and goes into the pit lane. Got us all thinking there, but Björn invalidates on the exit of that corner. That would have been a lovely lap, and he goes ahead and ruins that one. But there is a, where is it? Mercedes, the best, then P9, who is down by 4.6. Nobody improving on laps at the moment. Northern, who is on an out lap. There's a Haas of Nino behind that. Brothers then, who is in the Mercedes on an out lap as well. Walters on an out lap. And Geordie is one of the only guys on a flying lap that is not invalidated so far then. To the left-hand side we go. Now down up towards turn 9 here in Abu Dhabi. Obviously the new part of the track that has been installed for these last 2 years, but even 3 years now. Jesus Christ, but it is Geordie that goes quickest in the middle sector apparently. I'm not sure if that's true to life or not, but apparently he goes quickest in the middle sector, and heading towards the end of this lap is looking like a good one then for Geordie. Can he go ahead and put a good lap on the board? No time on the board for Geordie at the moment. And still pushing that car as hard as he can. 33% ERS left in that Aston Martin as he heads around the final corner and up towards the line for qualifying. It will not be up there. It's a 1 minute 25 flat for Geordie then. Obviously Björn invalidating and going back into the pit lane. Boss on a flyer lap now. There's guys ahead of him. He goes quickest in the first sector. 1 minute 17.5 seconds for the first sector. And he's got cars up ahead of him going quite slowly. One of them's Robert on an out lap. Walters then is his Ferrari teammate with the slipstream there for him. And pulls up the way towards the end of that corner. And now Walters is free to go for the last few sectors of this lap. We'll see what he can do. It's a 1 minute 45.9, not too great for him so far at the moment, but he is going to go ahead and improve if he can cross the line and not invalidate that lap around. Northern with a 7/10 improvement, 1 minute 23.7, not bad at all. Marvin, who is on a lap as well, but Geordie out there trying to improve too. As forgetting about all of that, we will see Boss then, who is on a flying lap. The 2 left-handers, which are followed by the 2 right-handers then here in Abu Dhabi. And towards the end of this lap, it is not looking too bad for him at all. It is 1 minute 22.2, quickest time around here, and he goes to P11 then, 1 minute 23.7. The 2 Hasses splitting him and his teammate up and up to the top. His teammate who was down there, 1 minute 5.79 improvement. It's 1 minute 22.6 to second place then for Marvin. Matej not improving on that lap around. Heighten up by 5/10, nearly half a second there. Lovely stuff as we see him head towards the end of this lap. Hello from Russia. Hello. But Heighten invalidated that lap around. It was half a second up, and he goes ahead and ruins it sadly. But we can watch some more laps. Björn out there on an out lap. Robert on a flyer. No time on the board for him or Björn at the moment, but there is a few minutes of qualifying left. 6 minutes to be exact. Quite a few minutes actually left. And we will see what times they can put on the board. 18 out of the 20 drivers with times on the board so far. I also got told to say that, what is it? Season 5 seats are free on Friday apparently, so if you are interested in going ahead and signing up for that, be my guest. But Robert then goes round in qualifying, hits the wall on the exit of the double left-hander there. Bit of a Nicholas Latifi with the wrong wall. And he brings himself back onto the track. And Roberts into the pits after that catastrophe for him then. Björn on a flyer now? Yes, he is on a flyer. Björn could be putting on a good lap today on the board. No time for him at the moment, and he heads around towards the double left, then to the double right for round 21 here in Abu Dhabi. And the McLaren is pushing that car to the absolute limits. Around the final corner, sparks flying from the backside of that McLaren and towards the line. It is a provisional pole then for Björn. He waited till the end, no time until now, and now it is a 1 minute 22.2 and quicker than Timo the champ, who was up and ahead and now dropped down to second place. Björn taking provisional pole here in Abu Dhabi. What can everybody else do about that though? Cool Deadpool improving by 3 tenths on that lap. Heighton down by 33 seconds. Whoops, down. It is Max down as well. Timo the champ coming out to try and go quicker again here in Abu Dhabi, because he is not going to be happy about Björn overtaking him, especially the gap that they've got between them. Heighton then up by a 10th on this lap. It could be quite good for him actually as we head down towards turn 9 here in Abu Dhabi. The AlphaTauri is looking to go quicker. 1 minute 23.666 and he improved by 3 tenths. And quickest in the middle sector for Heighton. Could this be a better lap for him? Might well be if he doesn't go ahead and invalidate. We've seen a lot of drivers go ahead and do that towards the end of their laps here today, but nothing phases this Heighton guy because he takes over the bollard then, and towards the end of this qualifying lap he's pushing that car to the limits, but he goes into the pit lane. And now we see the best improvement by a 10th in the first sector. And Northern also going down there. Nino, I don't know if he's improving or not to be fair, but heading down towards the left-hander there. Timo the champ then, who got overtaken earlier on from his top spot, and he's going to try and reclaim that now. Can he do it? Across the line, it is Timo the champ to go back to the top of the timing boards then with the 1 minute 22.1 and takes it right back away from Björn, who is in the pit lane. And is he coming out? Yes, he is. Björn back again, coming out. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock for qualifying. And this is a lovely back and forth scrap we've got going on between Timo and Björn at the moment. FIFA and Psycho on outlaps, and SFK on an outlap as well. Northern improving by 2 tenths. Sorry, he did improve by 2 tenths on that lap around the best. Starting a flying lap now, and Nino also crossing the line to start another flying lap. It is KK Brothers who is down on time. As we are heading towards the final stages of qualifying, and people on outlaps now, a few drivers on the flying laps. This is where we really start to see the times being punched in. Walters, 21-second improvement on that lap around. Geordie, improving by nearly 2 tenths. Heighton's out of qualifying. Nino not improving at all. But Brothers is improving by half a tenth on that last lap around. Not bad at all for him just there. Northern in the pit lane. Matic then on a flyer again. And SFK is improving by a tenth. A lot of people improving then at the moment is Psycho waiting to go round on an out lap. And FIFA just starting his flying lap here for qualifying. I don't know how many laps actually left because, sorry, minutes. It is 30 seconds left on the clock then for this session. Nearing the end here today. It's gone very, very quick. And Timo, the champ, is the man up there and ahead. He's not been wheeled into the pit lane. He's in the pit lane. And will not have the time to come out now. So Timo can't do anything if he gets overtaken by Björn. He's got nothing that he can do in his power to try and re-overtake Björn from qualifying. Timo then finishes on provisional pole for now. But Björn is not improving on this lap. And we'll have to see if he can find some more time as he heads down towards the end of the second sector and down into turn 9. Is Björn improving? This is the make or break then for this. He's not improving. Down by a tenth then for Björn 05. And Timo could just well be safe if Björn can't find the time towards the end of this qualifying session. As he heads towards the left-handers. And then the right-handers come just after that. Björn's got to really, really put his foot down now if he wants to take this provisional pole from Timo. He's not improving at all. As he crosses the line, Björn across the line, and does he take it? No, he doesn't. He can't do anything about it. It's a 1 minute 22.2 on the final time then for Björn, and Timo is able to defend that provisional pole position. Is anybody else improving? Marvin is improving by 0.2 of a second. We'll see if he can get up there. A bit more further up. Let's see what Marvin can do. Round the final corner and across the line then for the Alfa Romeo. It is going quicker and it is second place then overtaking Björn to P2. SFK down on time. That is the end of qualifying and it is Timo the champ then takes pole position here for round 21 in Abu Dhabi. Marvin snatches second at the end, and then Björn to take third, who is actually heading the second row with SFK. Third row, Max and FIFA. Fourth row, Psycho and Whoops. And then the fifth row, Matej and Northern. Next up, we have the finishing results for qualifying. As they go, Timo the champ, Marvin and Björn, your top three from qualifying today. SFK 4 is Max in 5, FIFA 6, Psycho 7, Whoops 8, Matej 9, and Northern to round off the top 10. Moving down the grid because we have got 20 drivers today. Heighton in 11 is the best 12, Brothers 13, Boss 14, Robert 15, Walters, Nino, Deadpool, Naya, and Geordie in the last position for qualifying here today. But next up is the Grand Prix.
No, I love it even if I never say the word. No, I love it even if I never say the word. No, I love it even if I never say the word. No, I love it even if I never say the word. No, I love it even if I never say the word. No, I love it even if I never say the word. Now we on the right track, yeah. Now we on the right track, yeah. Now we on the right track, yeah. Now we on the right track, yeah.
then here in Abu Dhabi under the lights. Or is it even dark? No, it's not. It's daytime, but it is lights out. Away we go in Timo, the champ, who took pole position with a lovely start then into turn one. He's got Marvin trying to challenge down the inside and the McLaren pushing him as well. But Timo gets the start mastered then with Marvin in second and Björn trying to push through in third. But what can he do about it then as we head down towards the fifth corner here in Abu Dhabi? And Timo has got the start mastered then here today with Marvin second, who has got Björn trying to push him in behind that. It is Max and SFK having a battle through there. On the back foot, it is Max down to P5 and SFK making up the first position. Up to P4 now. We see Timo the champ and Marvin. Marvin challenges for the lead then at the Grand Prix down the inside. Can he take it? Nearly 3 abreast contact there. You see the wing damage as well. It's big carnage through there, but Marvin takes the lead then from Björn, then from Timo, then from SFK, and then from Max in 5. Now we've got FIFA trying to challenge on the backside of Max as well. The AlphaTauri, who is at very much pressure at the moment. Then is FIFA trying to get down the inside. We see the Williams on the very back foot there. He gets sent off on the exit of turn 9 there in cycle to P5. It is side by side with 3 drivers then going through here. This is quite dangerous. And it is SFK that comes out ahead 4 now. The Ferrari on the back foot are behind. And SFK pulls ahead 4 now. Can the Ferrari try and get himself down the inside? He's trying to find an opening, but it's not too big for him to get through. And 29 laps to go. 28 laps to go now, so we go on to the second lap out of 29. Marvin takes the quickest lap around. Oh, somebody's gone round at the back. It is Geordie's gone round. The Ferrari as well, and the Williams on the main straight all go round, but it's Brothers and FIFA going into turn 1 on the outside there. Brothers goes off the track, and FIFA takes himself through up to P9. Taking that position and saying, thank you very much, I will have that. It is Marvin and Björn in P1 and P2. We'll go back to the front and watch this battle unfold because it's not too bad at all. Björn gaining on Marvin, trying to take now what he took from Timo. Björn on the outside of Marvin. Not enough room for him to get through, but it is the switchback of dreams. Can he try and hold him out on the outside? It'll be brilliant if it works then. Björn fighting this one like his life depends on it, and he's now going side by side. It's a drag race down towards turn 9, and Marvin with the better footing there, and it is Marvin to get back and up and ahead, but Björn trying to find a gap down the inside. Is it possible to get through? Through there it is normally, but he can't get through just yet, and he has to stay back and stay conserved for now. Timo P3 and trying to push on. He started in pole position, but it wasn't enough for him to try and stay ahead of this Grand Prix. Maybe later on he can try and get himself back up there, but for now he's in P3 and he's going to try and defend that position as hard as he can. Behind we see Highton gaining on Whoops and a bit iffy there through that corner. It was a bit wibbly wobbly, but he's on the back side of the Alpine, and we'll see if he can, well, he was on the back side of the Alpine. I don't know where the hell he's just disappeared to. These two going side by side as well. The Haas and the Ferrari, and it is Nino, 2P15. I don't understand anything. Well, it's very interesting. I don't know English. Oh, fair enough, mate. So you're just hearing a load of English rubbish. Lovely. But we see Psycho gaining on Nino, and I think Björn got through to take the lead of the Grand Prix. Yes, he did. Björn is through past Marvin. Finally managed to get himself through. That's exactly what he wanted to do. And Björn now leading the Grand Prix. Timo is trying to fight back. And we see him going quickest in the middle sector as well. It is getting a bit better for Timo. Then he's gaining on Marvin. And he's got a good chance of taking second position back from Marvin in second at the moment. Björn, who started in third, has made his way right up to first even. And he's had a very good start so far. But as we see Timo trying to gain on Marvin, could we see him get an overtake done and dusted? Not down into turn 1, but behind. Robert has gone round and actually done the nearly done a Nicholas Latifi there once again. But up ahead it is the Haas and Walters having a battle with Boss as well, who slips his way into the middle of that battle there and separates Walters and the Haas car. But up to the top again. Max and SFK having a bit of a battle. And it is SFK that comes out ahead of that one, going down the inside and takes the position from him just there. To P5, Boss and the Haas. Then the Haas on the outside. Will he try to switch back? Trying to go around the outside there, but it's not good enough for him. The two Ferraris having a scrap as well. It's Psycho and Walters. And then Nino as well, trying to get a piece on that one. I think it is Nino. And cool Deadpool just in the middle of that battle. Can he try and get himself through? He's got Psycho up ahead of him. And sending it down the inside is Boss on the Haas. Can he try and get through? Trying to hold it, but the Haas keeps him at bay and he can't get through for now in the race. But this is big battles going on around here. And this is lovely to see on the fourth lap out of 29 here in Abu Dhabi. Psycho gaining on Boss. As now they head into turn 1. Psycho a bit wide on the exit there, but it's not enough for him to get through at the moment. Björn's still leading there by 6/10. Marvin second and Timo in third with a 7/10 gap between him and Marvin. This is really not helping him with Marvin being so close to Björn because he can keep bringing himself back. But this one's having a bit of a battle as well. It's Nino to P15 overtaking Northern just there, and up ahead as well it is Psycho and Boss as Psycho flies through past Boss in the Alfa Romeo and now also gets overtaken by Deadpool, and Boss down to P14, losing 2 positions on that straight just there. Oh, spinning round that it is Deadpool who gets hit from behind and bringing himself back onto the track past his teammate there. He's going to bring himself back on in P17. Nino and Walters having a battle as well, P14 and P13, the battle for 13th position here, and Nino is pushing on as hard as he can in that MoneyGram Haas car. As into turn 1, the final corner we go, and bit iffy on the exit from Nino as Deadpool with a time penalty for 3 seconds, and the first time penalty we've had this weekend so far. But Björn's still leading by half a second, and Timo the champ dropping back to 9/10 now between him and Marvin. This is not good at all, but now Marvin's gaining on Björn. It won't be enough into this corner, but it will be enough to gain right up to his back bumper then. Oh, Nino round then. Nino round into the turn 5. Bringing himself back on the track. We see Northern gone round as well. Everybody spinning round then here in Abu Dhabi at the moment. He brings himself back on to P17. That was his teammate who spun. Now Northern goes round as well, and Geordie picking up the pieces to P17. And up ahead we have a big train of cars then that we will continue to follow. Lovely camera angle from above as we watch Timo. Who is it? It is Max, SFK. Timo's up ahead. No, it's not. It's SFK, Max, Whoops, and Heighton then. These 4 drivers having a lovely battle, and we'll see how long this one can go on for. There's Heighton on the back side of the Alpine driver. The Alpine has got J-Max ahead of him, and J-Max has got SFK ahead of that. As you head down towards turn 5, and these guys can't do anything about that one at all. It's still the same order as it was going through there, but as we go back up to the top, we see Timo, who is gaining on Marvin. Marvin's dropped down to 1.3. You see what I said about it was helping. It was helping him with Björn being so close. Now he's dropping back. He's going to be struggling, and Timo is going to gain on the backside of him before he knows it then. Now he's trying to challenge around the outside. Timo the champ sending that Alpine to the outside, and he gets the move done before the corner, and he is back and ahead then to P2, trying to take back what is his, and next to try and overtake is pole position here in Abu Dhabi. It's 9/10 between him and Björn. Could he go ahead and gain and try and take that away from him? Oh, going round then at the back, it is Brothers and Psycho. Both of them gone round at the same corner there, and they bring themselves back on. The Mercedes even is a bit slower to get back on the track. And he still hasn't brought himself back on, but now to P18, he gets back onto the track, and Deppel passes him, Geordie passes him, The Best passes him, and Psycho in P14 with Nino 13, Boss 12, Walters in 11. FIFA is gaining on Heighton. Gaining. Which side will he go? He's going to go to the inside line then of this corner and sends that out. Aston Martin even sends it enough to get through. Can he try and stay ahead? Yes, he can. And it is FIFA 2P7 and staying ahead of Heighton through there. One guy that is gaining is Marvin on Timo, and hopefully he can't. Well, maybe he might be able to get through, but we'll see if he can. ERS and Cool Deadpool then, P16 and P17. Down at the back of the grid, and they aren't really doing too much at the minute, but Timo's trying to gain on Björn, and it's 1 second gap between them both. He needs to try and get into that 1 second to be able to get the DRS on Björn down these straights. He is just about a second there, and he's gone over the DRS detection point, I think. Oh, never mind, it's down here. Will he be able to get it? Oh, he's just below a second. Timo can't get the DRS then, going down the back straight. Now the gap is 1.2 seconds. Will he get smaller? Will he get bigger? We'll have to see as we head down the back straight, and the gap's 1.1. No DRS active for Timo, and the gap's still 1.1 as we head into this corner here. And on lap 9 out of 29, we have 20 laps to go here in Abu Dhabi. Down at the back, Brothers into the pit lane. We have no retirees still, which is nice to see. I don't want to jinx it because that's what I'm known for. But switching back to the inside is Boss on Walters, and he doesn't be able to get through there, and he stays back to P11, but that would have been a lovely move. He could have executed that brilliantly. SFK with the 3 second time penalty here today, and the Haas and Geordie having a bit of a switcheroo just through there. Boss with a 3 second time penalty, and Björn is still leading then by Timo, who is now 7 tenths behind, and he will pick up the DRS down the back straight. Finally being able to get that DRS down the back straight. Will it help him gain right behind him? He is now finally in the DRS then. It is 5 tenths, 4 tenths. The gap is coming down then with Timo, and Björn is not enough to overtake him into this corner here, but he is getting closer by the lap. He's got to try and stay within this gap then to get the DRS once again. And he has it once again then, down this back straight, gaining on Björn, but it still isn't enough to overtake him, and he stays back to P2 for now, but the gap's 3 tenths of a second, and if he wants to get the DRS again today, he needs to try his very best to stay within 1 second. Right then, we head on to the 10th lap out of 29. Sorry, 11th lap out of 29 even. And Björn then leading from Timo, and the gap is now half a second. If this stays between a second, Timo will pick up the DRS once again. There's 4 tenths between where they are now and out of that second range, and they will just make it then with half a second gap between them. It's looking better for Timo then to try and get the overtake done on Björn down here. Nino with a 3 second time penalty. The gap's 6 tenths now. The DRS will be activated just now, and Timo will try and gain on Björn, who is on the outside, on the inside now, either to try and defend this position. Will it work for him then? Not enough not enough for Timo, and he can't get past him just yet, but he tries to take a better line through there to open it up for him for the next corner. As Björn a bit iffy on the exit there, that's going to help Timo, gaining on him now, 4 tenths. The gap between them, he's gaining and gaining and gaining down into turn 9. Will he try and make a move to the inside here? Timo getting closer, trying to put the pressure on Björn on the 11th lap out of 29. And behind FIFA and SFK in a battle, FIFA through on that occasion there, but Timo trying his very, very hardest to get through past Björn, and the gap's 2 seconds. Oh, Björn with another overtake. Mistake even. And Timo is right there to pick up on the pieces when it's his time. And as we go on to the main straight, and the gap is now 4 tenths of a second between Björn and Timo. Will he pick up the DRS once again? We will just have to see as Matt's heads with the 3-second time penalty. Timo's closer than ever then, going down into turn 5, and will he be able to get the overtake done and dusted? The gap is 4 tenths then going into this corner, and around down to the back straight here in Abu Dhabi. Timo has got Björn ahead of him, and 4 tenths. The gap's coming down. The gap is coming down a lot quicker than usual, right on the backside of Björn now, but it's still not enough to overtake him. This is going to continue to go on for most of this Grand Prix then. Now Timo with a lovely exit out of that corner. The gap's now 4 tenths. He will get the DRS once again, but Björn's pulling away ahead of him. Will the DRS with the extra kilometers per hour help him to try and get the overtake? Maybe this time. Finally, to the inside. Timo, the champ, sends it even and tries to overtake Björn. He's on the outside. Björn is, and Timo just about gets through for now, but he's gone ahead and done it. And on lap 12 out of 29, Timo takes back what is his and takes the lead of this Grand Prix then. Lap 12 out of 29 going on to lap 13 out of 29. And into the pit lane Björn goes. Timo continues on. Timo with the hards, Björn with the mediums. Marvin then gets past him obviously as he's in the pit lane now, and Marvin 2P2. Max overtakes, FIFA overtakes, SFK, whoops. It will be Heighton as well most probably. Never mind, Heighton in the pit lane. Boss then, will Boss be able to get the overtake before the end of that? He heads around and towards the main straight. Will he try and get through? McLaren just makes it out of the pit lane. And Björn coming out in P7 with the fresher hard compound tyres on. Timo leading the race with the older hard compound tyres. When we will see a pit stop for Timo, how long can he hold these tyres out for is the question. Down at the back, Deadpool and the best then as Walt's going to 3-second time on the team. The best trying to get through past Deadpool, but Deadpool is up in P15 and sitting quite pretty at the moment then as the Haas sends it around the outside of Psycho into turn 9 and gets through. Lovely, lovely stuff for them as then we see Marvin make a pit stop on the mediums and Max 2P2 obviously on the hards. Björn, who went quickest in the last sector on the previous lap, is in P5 already then. Everybody else making the pit stops. Was it the right time for Björn to make the pit stop? It probably was, because the gap between him and SFK is 9.2. He's quite far behind the rest of the pack actually up ahead. But when they make the pit stops, that'll all make the difference here today. We're pretty much halfway into this race now. Now Heighton and Walters, P7 and P8. Heighton gets through to P7, overtaking the Ferrari, making it look easy then into P7 just there. And there's only a few drivers with time penalties, but let me just point out, not a single driver who has DNFs yet. I'll be honest with you, I don't think I've ever commentated a race with no DNFs. And today could just be the one that will go ahead and do that. As Björn puts in the quickest lap. We knew it was going to happen because he's on the brand new, fresh, hard compound tyres. Bit iffy on the exit of that corner there, but now heading down towards the 5th corner here in Abu Dhabi. Now these two going side by side, FIFA and SFK. SFK round the outside and getting the move done to P3. Up ahead still, Timo leading then on the hards and J-Max on the hards as well. 5 seconds separate them. When will these guys decide to make a pit stop on these hard compound tyres? Down at the back, the best coming out of the pit lane. Deadpool and Robert, to our level pegging, or heading down now towards turn 5 now. Robert gaining on the Red Bull. Back again as well. Walters getting through past there. And Björn now overtaking Max. Max goes into the pit lane. Timo continues on and Björn up to P4. SFK P3 gaining on FIFA down into turn 5. Can he get the overtake done and dusted through here? No, he can't. And Timo's now 9 seconds even between him and FIFA. FIFA is gaining on him, but it is 9.1 seconds. Could Timo go into the pit lane now? Timo's not really in a good position at the moment, because if he goes into the pit lane, he's going to drop back quite a few seconds and quite a few positions in today's Grand Prix. He's currently leading, starting on pole, but right now it's not looking too great for him as FIFA takes 2nd place and overtaking SFK through there. As now, finally, Timo into the pit lane. He makes the pit stop finally. The Alpine into the pits and to put on the mediums, probably. And now FIFA heads around the final corner. And he'll be happy to hear that he's overtaken Mr. Timo now and getting past him in the pit lane. So does Björn, who goes up to P2. And the undercut for Björn has worked beautifully. Now Timo and Marvin having a battle, and Timo gets up to P3 already in this race. He's on the mediums. All the new drivers that went on new tyres went on the hards, so Timo's going to be very quick out there today. And he's on the charge now to try and overtake Björn, who is 8.6 seconds up the road. But can he go and do it then? FIFA now finally into the pit lane, and that means Timo will be able to overtake him in the pits as he gets a 3-second time penalty for Timo the champ. Not what he wanted at all. That's going to change the whole thing up as Max goes quickest. Marvin 3rd now, Max 4, Heighton 5, FIFA P6, but anybody else overtaken coming out of the pit lane? Yes, there'll be quite a few that overtakes him coming out of the pit lane now. It is Whoops SFK. Now FIFA coming out. Will the McLaren be able to beat him out? No, he won't. And 11 laps to go in this Grand Prix. Psycho gaining on Walters then. The two Ferraris, the battle of the Ferraris then, as Psycho stays back. Actually, which is quite unexpected. He stays back from his teammate. He lets his teammate stay ahead just there on the 18th lap out of 29. But now we head around and across the line to start 19. We have 10 laps to go in this Grand Prix. Final 10 laps now for this race. And Timo, the champ, goes quickest on the mediums. The gap is coming down between him and Björn. It would have been good if he didn't have a penalty, but he does have a penalty, which means he's going to have to gain an additional 3 seconds after overtaking Björn with only 10 laps to go. Can he go ahead and do it? Gap now 6.2 and it is coming down 6.1. Timo's gaining on Björn. He really is. His race pace is seeming to be quite good in today's race. Timo quickest again. He's now 5.6 seconds behind Björn. This is looking good for Timo. It really is. He's gaining and gaining each lap we go by, and he is having a lovely race so far. Lap 20 out of 29. 9 laps to go. And time penalties quite a lot across the board, really. But this battle is still continuing to go on, and we've still got no retirees, which is a lovely, lovely thing to say. 20 drivers still in this race. It's been incredibly clean up to now. Can we try and keep that form throughout the rest of this race then? As the Haas gaining on the Ferrari down the outside into turn 1, and he gets the move done up to P11 past past Psycho there. Lovely stuff, and he gets past him up to P11, trying to overtake P10 when he can gain up there. But Timo now 5.3 seconds behind Björn, still in the 5-second gap. Max and Marvin are in a battle. Marvin goes round nearly, put himself in the wall there, but then manages to save it before going into that barrier. And now the 21st lap out of 29 begins. $20 drivers still joining us. Nobody retired from the session just yet. We've not had a single safety car in today's race, and to be fair, we're nearing the end of it. So soon, probably won't even be able to get one anyway, which is a good thing to hear, and probably why the race has gone very quick, actually. But now the gap is 4 seconds, and Björn a bit iffy on the exit of that corner there. And Timo is going to try and gain on him then. He's got the back marker in between him and Björn, but the back marker is obviously ghosted. Psycho with a 3-second time penalty just there. And the gap is 3.7 seconds, 3.6. It keeps coming down, 3.5. This is lovely to watch then, as Timo is in hot pursuit of first position and trying to take back what is his. He's got 3 seconds of penalties as well. So he'll have to try and put himself ahead 3 more seconds than he needed to normally. But Brothers then, he went round into the final corner just there. And now finally Timo can see Björn in his sights. 2.9 seconds. And that man is gaining indeed on the backside of the McLaren. 2.8, 2.8, 2.7 soon. And he is very much gaining. Björn with a 5-second time penalty. That is going to change it all up dramatically then, because Timo with a 3-second time penalty, and now the gap is 2 seconds. He is technically ahead of Björn now. Deadpool with a 3-second time penalty. Timo's gaining on Björn, and this is everything he's wanted, because now towards the end of this Grand Prix, Timo has got the upper hand in this situation, because he's got 2 seconds up on Björn, even though he's not even ahead of him. This is lovely stuff for Timo then. 1.3 seconds the gap, and soon he'll be within DRS. He is gaining right on the backside of Björn now. Really done well to get up there. And Heisen and SFK in a battle as well. SFK now ahead and Heisen down into P7 on the 23rd lap out of 29. We have 6 laps to go. And the gap is 1.2. Timo with a 1.1 second gap between him and Björn. Now heading into the 1 seconds. He is within a second of Björn now finally. The battle of the McLaren and the Alpine has now finally come down to this. Timo, either way, has got a 2-second advantage on Björn anyway. But he's still trying to battle him. The gap is 8 tenths, and now heading down towards turn 9. Timo is gaining at a dramatic rate then. At the moment, heading on to the lap 24 out of 29 pretty soon. And Mr. the Champ then could, well, just go and overtake Björn. Maybe even down into turn 1. Is it possible? It is possible. Maybe not in this situation, or is it? We'll have to just see if he's close enough. The gap is 6 tenths. So overtaking to turn 1, he needs to be right on his back wing, to be fair. So he won't be able to do it into turn 1, but with a gap of 6 tenths, he will pick up the DRS heading down into turn 5 pretty soon. Timo 7 tenths. Now 6 tenths, and he is over the detection point. And into the detection point, he is within a second. DRS is now, for the first time between these two in this scenario, DRS is enabled, and Björn's going to try and use everything he can to stay ahead, but Timo is quick on his tail. Can he get the overtake done? Not into that corner, but he's going to try and come back at him at any possible way he can here at the Yas Marina circuit. The McLaren up ahead. Timo gaining on the backside. Matej, who got a time penalty just there. It is Timo gaining on Björn, and now finally the gap is a 10th. And it's all come down to this. We go on to lap 25 out of 29 pretty soon. It'll be 4 laps to go when we go on to the 25th lap, everybody. And Timo is 3 tenths behind Björn. This has got closer, hasn't it? Carlos is on the ball for you. Bjorn with the 5 second. Timo with the 3. As it stands, Timo's going to win this Grand Prix. Now exiting turn 9. At 5 even. It is the McLaren ahead. Timo gaining. He's got the DRS this time around. Will he try to the inside finally? After all them laps of trying to get past, he can't get past just now, but he is closer than ever on his rear wing then, with a lovely exit out of there, and now heading down towards turn 9 here at the Yas Marina circuit. Timo the Alpine finally, after so many laps, on the backside of him, round the outside, and he makes contact finally. They both go round, and Timo is round around the corner sideways through there, and with a gap of 3 seconds, he needs 2 seconds to win this Grand Prix. As it stands, Timo will not win this race. He needs to find 2.2 seconds if he wants to go ahead and still win this here today. And Bjorn on the 26th lap out of 29. We have 3 to go, and Timo needs to use everything he can to try and get between 2 seconds to win this Grand Prix. But as it stands, he is dropping back, and this is not what it was like earlier on. He was gaining. Now he's dropping back. This is not what he wanted at all. It's all going to end in catastrophe then for Timo. Bjorn around turn 9, and it is Bjorn 05 with the 5 second time penalty, and now towards the 2 left-handers leading into the 2 right-handers here in Abu Dhabi to take us on to the 27th lap out of 29 and bring us with 2 laps to go in this Grand Prix. Hate to say it, but the gap between Bjorn and Timo, 4.8. He is not gaining. He is more losing than gaining at the moment. And that win for Timo is just going to fly straight out the window. It really has. All the hopes and dreams of winning this race have come crashing right down then for Timo the champ in P2, who is dropping back now to nearly 5 seconds between him and the McLaren leading this Grand Prix. Bjorn now 5 seconds nearly between him and Timo. 4.9 at the moment, and cool Deadpool with a 5 second time penalty. Heading near to the end of this race, we've got no retirees at the moment, no safety cars in today's race. It's been incredibly clean as Bjorn heads around the final corner to cross the line and start the penultimate lap of this Grand Prix then here in Abu Dhabi. Cool Patrick in the pit lane. Geordie continues on. Nino and Psycho having a bit of a battle coming out of there, and Nino just gets the better edge in there, and up to P12 he goes. On the backside, it is the Haas on Matt's Hedge, P10 and P9. We're back up to the front. It is 5.1 seconds between Timo and Bjorn. It is the penultimate lap of this Grand Prix, and Robert with a 3-second time penalty nearing the end of it now. Very, very close to the end, and we've got McLaren supporters in the stream. There is 2 McLarens obviously here today of Matej P9 and his teammate leading this Grand Prix with a 5-second time penalty. But as it stands, that won't change a thing because Timo got spun round by Björn and now down in P2 with a 5.4 second gap, and he's also got a 3-second knot to help him out there at all. But Björn across the line, and it is to start the final lap of today's race with a 5.6 second advantage to Timo. It is looking to sway the way of Björn in this Grand Prix. That McLaren, who has fought incredibly hard today, started from 3rd position and fought his way up towards 1st position. He got the pit stop mastered for Timo, the undercut. He got it timed perfectly on Timo, and it got him 1st position, and Timo couldn't do anything about that one. He did get through. He probably would have stayed ahead if he didn't get taken out, but then he went round and it all ended in catastrophe for Timo just there. And it is looking to go the way of Björn. The gap is now 6.1, losing a second in a lap, Timo is. And on the 29th lap out of 29, Björn 05 towards the end of this Grand Prix. Now he heads to the right-hander and then to the left here in Abu Dhabi. The 2 left-handers to lead on to the 2 right-handers. It is Björn 05 then in the McLaren. Timo couldn't do anything about it. It's been a big catastrophe, but at the end of it, it ends with Björn 05 then to cross the line to take the win here in Abu Dhabi for the 21st round of Tier 2. Björn with another 5-second time penalty across the line just there apparently. Timo to P3 then with Max taking 2nd position at the end of that. It is FIFA to take P4, Marvin P5, SFK in P6, Heighton taking 7, then all the penalties come in. We did not get a single retiree at the very end. Never mind, I was just about to say we didn't get a single retiree, but we did now at the very end. Whoops, with a 8-second penalty. The Haas crossed the line to P9. P10 will be awarded to Matej. Walters with another 3-second time penalty across the line. As Walters finishes P14, he will probably get dropped down because of penalties maybe. Actually, never mind. People are very, very far back in this race. The best then across the line to take P15. Robert will take P16. Soon to cross the line will be Geordie to take 17. And that will round off tonight's race. Right then, podium celebrations up next. Right, everybody. Finish results then for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix for round 21 of tonight's Grand Prix. It is Björn to take the win then from J-Max in 2nd, and Timo after a tight battle with Björn to take P3 and settle for P3 at the end of today's race. FIFA P4, Marvin 5, SFK 6, Heighton 7, Whoops following it in 8th. It is Naja in 9 and Matej to take P10 at the end of tonight. Thank you for joining me, everybody, and I will be back next